Hi guys, I am here with another video for Civil Services main examination, and this video is going to be very interesting. So stay with me till the end, you will get lots of knowledge. And sir and ma'am, my humble request to you, if you are watching our video for the first time and have not subscribed our channel, do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. Whenever we will upload a video, you will get the notification. Friends, in today's video, I am going to talk each and every aspect you need to know about national emergency mentioned under Article 352 of Indian Constitution. The 352 in current day states that national emergency, the President may impose emergency if on the ground of security, then by external aggression by a foreign enemy or armed rebellion. So let's discuss and what are the questions may arise from this particular article in the prelims, as well as it will help you to write your main examination based on the question of national emergency. So let's start discussing national emergency under Article 352. The first national emergency of India under Article 352 started on 26 October 1962 to 10 January 1968. That was on the occasion of Indo-China War, and the basis on which it was declared was security. That the enemy has attacked us and we have to safeguard our nation. That is based on national security. Then the second time it was imposed, it was on 3rd December 1971 to 21st March 1977 on the occasion of Indo-Pak War. That was also on the basis of security of the nation. So it is very interesting. See what happened the third national emergency on 25 June 1975 to 21st March 1977, and Indira Gandhi took the help of the wordings which was mentioned previous to 44th Amendment. It was mentioned as an internal disturbance. She took the help of internal disturbance, which we will discuss later in the second part, that how she did emergency, and she took the help of internal disturbance word. Then the 44th Amendment Act 1978 passed by Morarji Desai government removed the word and replaced it with armed rebellion. Currently under Article 352, armed rebellion is existing instead of internal disturbance, because internal disturbance is a vague term. Any Tom, Dick and Harry whosoever in power can take the help of internal disturbance, say okay, some people are fighting and this is a matter of internal disturbance and we will take the help of internal disturbance and put national emergency. So in order to abolish this kind of a approach, they replaced that one and replaced it with a better terminology which is clear cut in its meaning, that is armed rebellion. Some people are having arms and they want to overthrow the government. Then only the national emergency can be declared under Article 352. Then the President can declare such emergency on the basis of written request by the Cabinet headed by PM. It's a very important change which took place under 44th Amendment, because what happened, we will discuss that in that particular aspect. In current days, the existing constitutional provision is the President has to declare only when there is a written advice by the Council of Ministers headed by PM. Such a proclamation must be laid before the House, both the houses of the Parliament, and both the houses must approve it within 1 month separately. It is very important. both the houses has to pass this emergency within 1 month of its proclamation. If Lok Sabha has been dissolved or dissolution takes place in the state of emergency, then Rajya Sabha approved the state of emergency. Deadline for Lok Sabha extended 30 days after reconstitution. That means if Lok Sabha either dissolved or not held, then Rajya Sabha can pass the emergency. But the Lok Sabha has to pass it within 30 days of its reassembly. Then Article 352 subsection 6 approval requires a special majority. That means 2/3 of the members has to be present as well as voting. That is special majority, it has to be passed. Then only it can be implemented. During national emergency, fundamental rights can be suspended. 6 fundamental rights can be suspended. In that emergency proclamation, President will mention the fundamental right to be suspended. Then right to freedom are automatically suspended. Then right to life and personal liberty remains even in the national emergency. Article 20 and 21 remains. Then national emergency changes the federal system to a unitary system. Means Parliament can legislate on 66 subjects mentioned in the state list. Parliament can legislate in the state list. Then the term of Lok Sabha can be extended by a interval up to 1 year, but not beyond 6 months after the state of emergency has been revoked. And in the next part we will discuss thoroughly about what happened in 1975, June 25, 1975, internal disturbance. So stay with me till the end. It is going to be very interesting. In this part, as I mentioned in the previous part, that we will discuss what are the events which led to the internal disturbance emergency, which was implemented by Indira Gandhi government from 25 June 1975 to 21st March 1977. So what are the events that led to this particular momentous judgment? It was one of the darkest moments of Indian democracy. As a political science student, as well as a history optional, or even from the general studies perspective, you need to know about this particular event. What happened? Emergency imposed from this 25 June to 21st March, as I have already mentioned. Mrs. Gandhi government through President Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad named internal disturbance. The wordings which took Indira Gandhi took the help of the wording internal disturbance, and the order empowered Gandhi to rule by decree. Elections were totally suspended and civil liberties were called. Even Article 21 was also suspended. Which is later on it was changed. Right now the provision is 20 as well as 21 cannot be suspended even during national emergency. So what are the events that led to this thing? All the political opponents imprisoned. What happened is imprisoned after imposing, press were totally censored and forced mass sterilization by Sanjay Gandhi. Sanjay Gandhi became very powerful during that emergency period and mass sterilization campaign started. पकड़ पकड़ के लोगों को नसबंदी करा देना, उस टाइप का सिचुएशन हुआ इंडिया में. Then between 1967 to 71, Indira became all powerful. Her actions broke the Congress into two parts. That is, one is Congress O as well as Congress R. It was divided into two parts, Congress O and Congress R. The principal secretary of Indira Gandhi, he became very powerful. He called for a committed bureaucracy. इसका मतलब ये है कि जो ब्यूरोक्रेट सरकार की बात मानेंगे उनको हाँ में हाँ मिलाएंगे और जो काम करेंगे वो उनको प्रमोशन देंगे. He called for a committed bureaucracy. Then in the impact, what are the situations that led to internal emergency? 1967 Golaknath judgment came by the Supreme Court. In the Supreme Court, in the Golaknath judgment said some of the basic principles Parliament cannot change. पार्लियामेंट को कुछ जो बेसिक प्रिंसिपल है उसके संविधान के उसको चेंज नहीं करना है. ये चीज सुप्रीम कोर्ट गोलकनाथ जजमेंट में बोलते हैं. और इस चीज को पार्लियामेंट जो है अपने इंदिरा गांधी गवर्नमेंट विथ ह्यूज मेजोरिटी दे टुक इट एज एन ईगो सॉर्ट ऑफ ए थिंग दैट हाउ कम सुप्रीम कोर्ट चैलेंज्ड आवर अमेंडमेंट. एंड the 24th Amendment Act, and in that particular perspective what Parliament did, Parliament passed the 24th Amendment कि Supreme Court, how come Supreme Court can say that whether we can amend it or not. They passed 24th Amendment to nullify Supreme Court judgment in the Golaknath case. And what happened, the next again in the Kesavananda the continuous, there was a battle like situation between judiciary as well as the executive. And in the Kesavananda Bharati judgment, the passage of 24th Amendment Act was tested in the judicial review. And in that particular review, what happened? The Kesavananda Bharati judgment was the momentous event in Indian judicial history, and it was given by 7:6 ratio. You can imagine very razor sharp margin. Only one judge was more, and the judge who was in favor of government's 24th Amendment, Justice N. Ray, he was promoted as Chief Justice of India later on, in order to punish all those judges who didn't go with the government line. And three judges were superseded by Justice N. Ray. Who were the judges who were superseded? Justice Saylor, Justice Hegde and Justice Grover. They were superseded by Justice N. Ray, and he became the Chief Justice. Then there was another political situation was brewing for Indira Gandhi government. In Gujarat, there was a Nav Nirman Sena, means a student movement which was leading and breeding against the Indira Gandhi government. And the Janata Party government won the Gujarat elections, and they became their became their chief minister. Then another in the another region, that is Bihar, there was another political situation was brewing against Indira Gandhi government, and Prakash Narayan, he called for Sampurn kranti, total revolution, including all peasants, laborers, students to come together to throw out the government which is not ruling as per law. He was calling in a total revolution in that particular thing. In this, another event happened. There was a nationwide strike by labor union, and Indira Gandhi ruthlessly suppressed this labor movement. जबरदस्ती रेलवे जो रिवोल्यूशन स्ट्राइक हुआ उसको सप्रेस किया गया. जो लोग ड्यूटी पे नहीं जानते थे उनको जबरदस्ती जेल में डाला गया और उनके क्वार्टर्स को खाली कराया गया. ऐसा सिचुएशन था. उसके बाद क्या होता है? उसके बाद होता है कि द डे केम 12 जून 1975. Allahabad High Court gave a judgment by Justice Jagmohan Sinha. Justice Jagmohan Sinha, after hearing Prakash Narayan's case against Indira Gandhi on electoral malpractices, Indira Gandhi was disqualified by Allahabad High Court and her election from the MP seat became null and void. इसके बाद क्या होता है कि इंदिरा गांधी अपील करती है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में. इंदिरा गांधी अपील्ड इन द सुप्रीम कोर्ट, बट जस्टिस अय्यर अपहेल्ड इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट जजमेंट. जस्टिस अय्यर जो जज थे वो अपहेल्ड करते हैं इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट ने जो जजमेंट दिया वो सही है, एंड शी सीजेस बीट टू बिकम ए MP as a MP, and she ceases to her voting rights in the parliament. In this particular thing, another thing happened. Prakash Narayan and Morarji Desai on 24 they started Delhi protest. They called people to go for Delhi protest. Delhi protest हम करेंगे और सरकार को हेल्पलेस कर देंगे. और उस पर्टिकुलर रैली में जयप्रकाश नारायण ने पुलिस को बोला कि you have to reject if orders passed by the government which is immoral. मीन्स इसका मतलब है कि पुलिस को हर एक ऑर्डर को जो रीजनेबल नहीं है, मोरल नहीं है, उसको रिजेक्ट कर देना है. और इस वाले मूवमेंट को इंदिरा गांधी ने एज ए इंटरनल डिस्टर्बेंस लिया, एंड सी विदाउट कंसल्टिंग द कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर्स, सी एडवाइज्ड Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad on the night of 25 June 1975 to declare the national emergency on internal disturbance. Internal disturbance के नाम से national emergency लगा दिया. पूरा देश मैक्सिमम जितने भी newspapers थे, their electricity supply were cut, and after the next day the cabinet ministers came to know that the emergency has came into force, and after that the election, after a period of 18 months there was an election happened in which Janata Party government won. After to emergency after being revoked on 21st March 1977, the election took place, and election Jayaprakash Narayan, because of that particular movement, Morarji Desai came to power as a prime minister, and he passed the 44th Amendment Act. In that 44th Amendment Act, some of the excesses made in the 42nd Amendment Act passed by Indira Gandhi government were nullified, and the word internal disturbance was replaced by the armed rebellion. इसका मतलब है कोई लोग बहुत ज्यादा बंदूक वगैरह पकड़ के सरकार को अनसीट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, तभी जाके इंटरनल आर्म्ड रिबेलियन के बेसिस पे नेशनल इमरजेंसी लग सकता है. एंड आई होप यू लाइक दिस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो, एंड you can write about emergency if it is being asked by civil services main examination. And if you are new to our channel, do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. Whenever we will upload a video, you will get the notification. And do not forget to give me a thumbs up. It is moral boosting. Thank you very much.